Along the path we parted ways. I walk the night, you tread the day, and we forgot we slept in knots all on the sunset coast. We shared our meals, we shared our songs, by candlelight or by the sun. I know you've sung 1,000 more since the time you've gone.
Hello everyone, this is Chad Redding here with Ruck Rabbit Outdoors. We are out today on the Appalachian Trail, and it is the day after Christmas. So with Christmas's craziness that you normally get, running here, running there, I decided today just to kind of take a day in the woods just to kind of chill out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hike on a section of the AT that I haven't hiked before. It's a short section, but it's still a section I haven't done. And we're above Michoud State Forest in south central Pennsylvania, and we're going to be moving through the AT corridor. This is by no means going to be a rough section. I don't anticipate a lot of rocks. I know there are some north of here because I have been on that section of the AT. But today we're just going to hike in a little bit and then just kind of pick a spot and relax and make some tea and just kind of chill and enjoy the woods. Because sometimes you just got to do that. You just got to just take some time to just relax and enjoy the forest. They are calling for some freezing rain. We just had some hail came through, some sleet and hail, so that was interesting. I don't know if we're going to get any snow, but I know we are calling for some sleet, so might have to set up a shelter. We'll see. But we're not going to be spending the night. We're just, like I said, just enjoying the day, doing some woods bumming per se. So with that in mind, let's get moving along the AT here. So we are northbound on the Appalachian Trail, and this is just a AT corridor section. So those of you who are not aware, there are places where the Appalachian Trail is only as wide as the trail is, or sometimes there's a wider corridor as it passes through private land. And as you can see in this section, there is no camping. So most of the places on the Appalachian Trail you can camp, but there are sections like this because of the proximity to private land and other places that they really don't want you to camp on. And as you can see, this is, as far as Pennsylvania goes, very easy trail conditions. We have some roots here from the pine trees. We're going through a little bit of a white pine grove here. But other than that, this is very easy going. I honestly did not pick anything difficult today, and I really didn't want to. And that's because of the fact that I just wanted to relax. Sometimes you just need to get out and, as I said in the beginning, and just enjoy the ride, so to speak. And with the craziness of the holidays, I decided just to chill. So I'm going to find a decent little section here, and I think I'm going to put up a tarp just for the day, not to actually stay, just because they are calling for some inclement weather. So it's going to be freezing rain and sleet. We already had some sleet fall, and the temperature is not going to get much above 30. And with the way the weekend is, I can't spend the night, so we're just going to do the next best thing. Sometimes you just need to do that. As you can see, this is really level. As you get further north, this does climb back up into the South Mountains. We are actually in the South Mountains. We're just parked up in them. So we started high to begin with. We were parked off of Sheet Iron Roof Road, which is a small road off of Route 94 here in PA. We're south of Mount Holly, north of York Springs. And we're just kind of cruising along here. This does go to the back of a campground. If you go further down the road, there is a campground here, like an actual campground for RVs. And there is a access trail from that campground to the AT. So if you're AT hiking and you need a spot to actually camp and get a shower, I believe you can get a day pass there to actually use their showers. So even though you're not allowed to camp in this area, in the corridor here, you can use the private campground. And then if you continue further north, you can actually, there's a shelter. Alex Kennedy Shelter is the next shelter north from here. All right, we're entering into this deeper spot here of this deeper woods of white pine. So we're going to continue moving along here, and I'm going to look for a spot to set up our tarp. So it's going to make some time here. Passing through this grove of pines, white pines. Actually going up on a little knoll here. When I say up, it's not far up at all. And I can see the campground over there. Just make out the tops of the campers. That's over on my left. And I know the access trail should be here somewhere. Yeah, this is just like a little knoll, little raised area. Haven't found a good spot yet. Just trying to find something that's semi-level and a little open. A lot of brush in the pines here. I mean, this is mixed forest. There are some hardwoods here, as you can see. But right now, this spot is predominantly white pine. And I think I hiked this before. Not this part, but a little further north of this, there is a stream that comes through. Looks like there might be a campground or something up here. I don't know. We'll see. So let's find out. Let's explore this together. Yeah, I do see a little bit of an opening. And you can hear the sleet's coming down again. So we have some weather coming in. Yeah, it looks like there is a campground, a camping area here. And we might just set up in that. Because today isn't about covering miles. Today is about just woods bumming, which is what we're going to be doing. Yeah, there's a stream here. See, there's a campground over there. I shouldn't say campground, but a camping area. It looks like somebody set up a shelter here too. Bushcraft type shelter. There you can see the fire pit. That's iron in the rocks there. That's why it looks reddish. This area is known for iron ore. And it looks like somebody uses this a lot. Or did. They made a debris shelter here. So this is somebody had made a debris shelter, which is cool. They used dead wood. It's constructed pretty good. It's older, obviously, because as you can see it, there's no longer any duff on it. The only shitty thing is, guys, and I say this in all my videos, take your junk with you. So somebody hauled that in here, along with some other crap. I think we're going to go a little further in. I don't like being near areas where people used. Yeah, the campground's right over there. You can just make it out. So we're going to go a little further in. We'll cross the stream over here. It's a streamer coming up on here. You can hear the sleet. It's coming down harder now. I'm not too worried about the weather. I've camped in freezing rain and sleet and snow, all that stuff. I have the gear for that. I'm prepared for it. I have on a Gore-Tex coat today. Military one. See this nice stream? I don't know the name of this one. I'll have to look at the maps. But we're going to go over here on the other side and find a spot that hasn't been used as heavily. If you hear road noise, that's because we are near the road. Sound carries very far in the woods. And we're, like I said, we are not miles in. Not pretending or claiming we are. My goal is just to hike. Enjoy a little hike, half mile or so, and just relax. Okay, we're coming up on another rise. And it looks like there's some more pine. And I think we're going to set up there. There should be something up there we can find. So we just entered this mature pine woods. And you could tell that it's very mature. You can see the trees are much bigger and it's much more open. We don't have all the scrubbiness. So we're going to find a spot here. Lots of wood. If I was making a fire, lots of wood, pine and others. I think we're going to look around here and see if we can't find a spot. I already see one right here. I think this will work here really good. I like this area. The trees are spaced. We can nicely for the ridge line. This would make a good camping spot, even though we're just staying for the day for a couple hours. So we're going to walk over here too. Kind of want to explore this a little bit. But whenever you go off trail, despite what folklore says, always look back to see how it looks coming the other way. And this is relatively open, and we can see the blaze. So we're going to keep that in mind. We're not going to cut blazes or hang ribbon. We're not going that far in. This is another nice spot. This one's really open. Here, this is like a clearing. Wonder if this is an old power line cut or gas line cut. That's what this looks like. Yep. See how straight that is? That way. To the east and the west. So this might be a gas line run or a old power line cut. And we're entering into private land up here. I see a sign. We're out of the AT corridor. So what we're going to do is go back over there. And we're going to use our first original spot we found. Lots of deer droppings. Deer run this. For sure. Okay, I think we're going to use this original spot here we found. I like this. Relatively level. We're within the corridor. Open. This will work.
All right, let me get the shelter set up, and then we're going to chill out and enjoy ourselves a little bit. That's northbound. Oh, you can even make a debris shelter in here if we had time. All right, let me get that set up. And you can just hear the sleet coming down. Being in these pines will protect us from the wind too a good bit. Just enjoying the sound of the sleet. Love winter. Snow, sleet. Love the weather. So I went with just a quick plow point setup with a poncho. And this will be enough to keep me out of the weather if it starts sleeting. I ain't bothering pulling the back out, don't really need to. Not for a day trip. Use the Dungle Knots Ridgeline setup. Just because it's really quick, really fast, quick to take down and set up. And we just tack the back out. So we're not spending the night, like I said, we're just wanting a little bit of something to stay out of the weather. And I got my German pad in underneath there, and I cleared out the front for my stove. I'm just going to go with a canister stove today. That's what I brought, just to keep things quick, just to make some tea. Alright, so I'm going to get my food started and go from there. Menu number 8. Lentil stew with potatoes. Sounds good. So let's see what all's inside this bad boy. Okay, so we just opened the MRE. So we have our main lentil stew. As you can hear, it is sleeting again. We got our FRH. Our accessory packet. And it looks like we got Smarties, a spoon, which is good because I forgot to bring utensils. It's inside the accessory packet. Deep, rich, instant coffee. Crushed cayenne pepper. We have a napkin. Salt and pepper. Creamer for the coffee. I think we're going to have coffee instead of tea. Nice moist towelette. Looks like a toothpick and the Smarties. And some sugar. We also have grape jelly, an orange powder stick beverage, which I don't think we're going to have that today with the weather being nasty. We'll save that for later. Nut and raisin mix. A shortbread cookie for dessert. And it looks like some tortillas. I'm assuming that's for the jelly. I think we'll probably just have the lentil stew and the tortillas for the cookie today. We'll save the grape jelly and the drink for later on. Alright, we're going to get this rolling here. Alright, lentil stew is all nice and warm. Let's see how this looks. Never had this one before, so this is a new one for me. Yep, looks like baby food. Got chunks of potatoes in it. Not too bad. That's actually really good. Good. Give you guys a good view of it. Not bad. I definitely don't have to add salt to it. I think I'm going to add the crushed red pepper to it, though. Cheers. It's not too bad coffee. I've had better MRE coffee, but that's not too bad. That was deep rich brew or something. I like the Bill's brew. I've actually had that a couple times. And like I said, this lentil stew isn't too bad. I added the red pepper to it, and that made a big difference. And the FRH worked good. Some of the FRHs I've had haven't worked the best. I'm getting a little, and there's a little bit of sleet coming down, but I'm underneath the poncho. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty warm. I'm comfortable. I'm in the woods. What more could you want? Some warm coffee. It doesn't get much better than this. The only thing that would make it better would be a fire out front. But since we're just here for the day, we're not going to mess with that. But you can hear the weather coming down. Next time we'll definitely pull this back. Pull out the back of the tarp of the poncho, but for this trip, I didn't want to be bothered because it is a little bit of you know, we're just here for the day. So I'm going to enjoy my lunch, and I'm going to chill and just enjoy the quiet. There's a little bit of road noise, but nothing that isn't a big deal. You hear a train every once in a while. On the other side of the mountain, there is actually a train, and it goes all the way here, that noise, because it goes through the Cumberland Valley. So I'm just going to sit here, and I'm going to finish my lunch and finish my coffee and just enjoy my time in the woods a little bit today. So, until next time, fair weather and safe journeys.
It is you've flown away, my friend. I think on you today. I hope sometimes you sing my songs all on the sunset.